Hello friends and welcome back to another video. I have been searching for the longest time for a turn-based JRPG that can really grab me and leave me hooked until the end. And up until now, I have not found that game. I've wanted to. I love the idea of this genre, but there's no game that sucked me in until I started playing Octopath Traveler 2. I want to talk to you about the reasons why it sucked me in, but this is not a review. I will do that once I finish the game. This is just my thoughts so far on it. So let's get into the first reason why I feel like Octopath Traveler has just sucked me in. Its story. It's a unique twist on storytelling. You have 8 different characters and they all have their own unique tales. And usually in a JRPG, you've got like this long epic adventure that's like 100 hours worth of story, and it just loses me. It's just too much, and my attention span just can't handle it. But with Octopath, you have all these 8 characters and their stories are only about like 7 to 10 hours long a piece. And you can like swap between whichever ones that you want whenever you want. It's really cool. So if one story starts getting stale, you can just move and go on to somebody else. And these stories are all just great. They're very simple, but they're relatable and they're incredibly interesting. The stories, they range from saving the world from calamity, from leaving a life of thievery, or getting revenge on the murderer of your wife and daughter. There's a story about becoming a dancing superstar, which I love, by the way. And then there's another character that's trying to end poverty in the world. And all these stories, they're like simple at first, but the characters are just so lovable and they're so relatable, and that's why these stories work, and I genuinely enjoy all of them. Like I said, you can stop any of them and go to another story if you want, but I haven't gotten bored with any of them so far. It's been more of like a leveling issue why I've switched stories. But it just gives you so much freedom of choice. And I feel like that's going to be a big hook for a lot of gamers in my position that have wanted to love the JRPG genre, but just haven't found a game for them just yet. The second thing that I really like so much about Octopath is the combat. Like the story, it's very simple, but it has so much depth to it. Unlike any other JRPG I've played, though, where in any other game, I feel like there are niche items and skills that have very specific uses, and that can cause me to just be like pressing buttons and not knowing what's happening in the combat. Like, I'll see damage numbers pop up, but I just won't understand why that's happening. Or I'll get a buff to my character, or I'll put a debuff on the enemy, and because the systems are so complex and they're not really explained well, I won't know what's happening. That is not the case at all in Octopath. Everything is straightforward. They give you tutorials after you gain skills, and the explanations for these skills and items that you'll be using in menus are really good. And there's even during combat a menu that you can pull up that can show you all of the status effects on your character and your enemies at the same time. So you always feel like you are in control and you never get overwhelmed with systems. You can switch out your party members whenever you want by going to a bar in whatever city you're close to, and you can just change out your party, and it completely changes your combat strategy too. So like, you've got your typical classes. You've got like your mage, your healers, your ranged attackers, your melee attackers. There's even a character that can summon beasts into combat, and the combat system is wonderful. But there are so many different ways that you can perform the combat based on how you put your party together. So it's just a refreshing way to approach combat, and it's so simple, but it's got so much depth, and I just love it. Another thing that has me just in love with Octopath Traveler 2 is the exploration. I feel like in most JRPGs that I've played, the exploration feels somewhat linear, and it's almost like I'm completing a checklist in a way. Like, I'll open up the map and you spend so much time in an area that, you know, you're eventually going to go to these places, but it doesn't feel organic to me. In Octopath, that is not the case in the slightest bit. The environments that are shown on screens, they give you little clues about all these like hidden passages. So you'll see like a chest up on a hill, but there won't be a path that you can directly see to get to it. So you have to explore the environment and figure out how to get up there, and it's super cool. And then when you get to the chest, you actually get a meaningful item that can have an impact right away, and you know exactly what it does. It's not like what I was talking about with the combat, where you'll get items and the explanations will be insufficient, and you'll be confused on how you can use them. This is straightforward. It'll be like you'll get an item that heals everybody in your party during combat, or will replace all of your special points, which is like the meter that you use to perform like your unique attacks. You'll get something like that will give everybody full special points, or you'll get a sword or an awesome axe or some kind of weapon that you can equip with a character immediately. And it gives you a dopamine hit, and it makes you want to explore the world so much because you get that instant gratification. It's just so much fun exploring this game, and I'm not even going to talk in this video too much about the visuals, but the visuals are beautiful. So it's just genuinely fun exploring the environment. The last thing that I want to talk about is perhaps the best thing, the music. Oh my gosh, it's almost like they could just sell this, like not even have a game and just compose the music, and this would be so popular. But it's just icing on the cake, obviously, that the game is wonderful. The music is stuck in my head, and I find myself whistling it like at work, or when I'm exercising and I have it played on my Spotify playlist. The music just adds so much heart to the game, and it really, what it does best is it encapsulates the feeling that you get while playing each of these stories. It just matches the themes like of exploration, of wonder, triumph, mystery, betrayal. Like the tunes are just perfect for them. It's so nice. There are very few games that I have actually downloaded the soundtrack and will listen to it in my own free time, but this is one of them. Two others off the top of my head: Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh my gosh, that's probably my favorite music. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, and then I think that's it. And then Octopath Traveler 2. So high praises for me in the music department. So just in conclusion, this isn't a review, so I'm not going to give it a score, but I hope you can tell by now that I am just enamored with this game. And I am so happy that it has finally gotten me into a genre that, I'm going to be honest, I kind of had given up hope on being for me. But this game it's so long, but you can break it up however you want it and kind of chunk it in different ways that it makes it feel fresh all the time. And you can switch up your combat partners, and it can keep combat feeling fresh. And the bottom line, the music added to it, it just never feels stale. I'm almost 20 hours into this game, and I am still mesmerized at all times by it. And even making this video, I just want to go play it. And my friends, they are probably getting annoyed because I'm texting them every day like, yo, you guys need to play this game. So I even though this isn't a review, I highly recommend this game. And if anybody out there plays this game as a result of watching this video, please let me know what you think about it. I would love to hear if you had the same reaction as me, a different reaction, or just what you think of the game overall. Thank you so much for watching. And if you made it this far, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel a whole lot, being a new content creator. Thank you again. I hope everybody watching has a wonderful day.